morning, and God bless you. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Donna Hamilton, and the show, of course, is Faith and Prayer with Donna. I have a very special guest today, my brother, Larry Hobbs. And since he's a speaker and a writer and has taught a lot and has been on radio himself quite a bit down in Brownsville area, I'm going to let him tell you a little bit more about himself. But he's a very fine person, and he's been in human resources for well over 40 years. Okay.
Thank you, Donna. First, I want to thank you for the invitation to be here, and also congratulate you on the work that you do and the presentations that you make and the time and the dedication that you have to help other people.
Well,
and you, of course, not only my sister, but a wonderful friend.
Thank you, brother.
By way of introduction, I'm a long-time human resource professional. Been director of personnel management for many years in various companies, including the federal government. Taught college for 24 years as an adjunct part-time college teacher for 24 years. I thoroughly enjoyed teaching, the teaching experience, and sharing the information. And today I have some information to share. And the topic is going to be, what is the value of a Christian education?
Wow, that's wonderful. I've never heard anyone speak or teach on that.
Well, to put it into perspective, let me just share with you that you and I began our college careers at Abilene Christian College, which is now Abilene Christian University in Abilene, Texas. Mm-hmm. And we came straight out of Alaska in order to go to Abilene, Texas. That was a big shock.
Yes.
And a big change. But over the years, I have so appreciated going to a private school and going to a Christian-based school to get my education. And I wanted to share some things about Abilene Christian University. Good. And our experiences there.
Do you know why I came into my heart to go to Abilene Christian College? Because of Billy Joe Mize. That was our minister, and a wonderful family, Billy Joe and Leslie Mize. We were up in Kenai, Alaska, well, actually in Fairbanks, and then Daddy moved us down to Kenai, which is 160 miles south of Anchorage, and later Billy Joe and Leslie moved down there too. So that's why he had said to me once I should go to college at Abilene Christian. I had to re-ask him the name, kind of, and I didn't know where Abilene was, but it's in Texas. So that's why I came down here. And then Larry followed, probably because of Billy Joe and Leslie.
Did you make that decision in high school?
Yes, in my senior year.
I see. Well, my decision to go far away and go to a Christian school was a little bit unusual. The president of the college came to visit Kenai, Alaska. He was on his way to Japan, and as most people know, a shortcut to Japan from the United States is to stop in Anchorage, Alaska. So he made a visit, drove from Anchorage down to Kenai, Alaska. We had a small congregation, probably 50 people.
And actually, we met in the back of the firehouse down there in Kenai.
Until we built a building, we met in the fire hall. But I was going to tell you that the speaker, the president of the college, I was probably in the 8th grade, maybe the 9th grade, and he preached a sermon, and then afterwards came up to me and said, "Young man, you're going to go to Abilene Christian College.
Dr. Morris. Don
Yes,
Morris.
John Morris. And I just looked up at him and I said, yes, sir. And
Well.
it did help that the preacher and his wife, Billy and Leslie Mize, also had attended there and told some wonderful stories and great life experiences. And so that's when I decided, and I went home and told Mom and Dad that I was going to Abilene Christian, and they just said, that's nice. So that was the end of that. And so from that early age, I knew that I was going to attend there, and I'm very thankful that it worked out that way.
Sounds like a God thing that you
I
were
think so,
appointed
yes.
to go there.
And let me ask you a question, Donna. As you entered as a freshman in Abilene Christian and you began studying there, what was your most positive experience from that from Abilene Christian?
Wow. There were so many blessings. I will say that I was broke. I told Mom and Dad, I mean, there still were 3 children left at home, and I told them, don't worry about me. And I needed to get a job. Well, actually, I was broke, you know. And so that once Daddy sent me $15, and I think I mailed it back to him. Here I was down in Texas and such, but this was the fall of 62. And so I had, of course, I didn't go home for Christmas or anything, back to Alaska.
That's one from Alaska to Abilene, Texas. You don't go home at Thanksgiving, at Christmas, and spring break like most of the other students do. They get to go home 3 or 4 times during the school year, but we had to stay the entire 9 months. And you mentioned that you were broke at the time. That's why I commented that when I told Mom and Dad I'm going to Abilene Christian, they said, that's nice. I expected to hear something like, well, we have some money saved, or we're going to help you with that, but there was no such response. And I also worked my way through college, and am proud of that fact. And it's a blessing for those that have a family that can support their college education, but it works out either way.
Well, I got grants, and so I didn't have a bill at the end of college. And so anyway, but my roommate, who was a senior, I think, a junior or senior, told her family she wasn't going home for Christmas holidays because I had to stay. I was in Abilene, and so she was going to stay up here, and she found a place for us. One of her friends who was a senior stayed with Mom Henthorne, a little 82-year-old saint who lived a few blocks from campus, and Althea, her friend, had rented a room from Mom Henthorne while she finished. And so as I kept praying about in January, because I had no money, what to do, and I kept hearing in my spirit, go see Mom Henthorne. And I said, I kept resisting it, and finally, one time, on my knees, alone in the room, again, when I prayed, Lord, what am I going to do? I was go see Mom Henthorne, and so I said, well, I'll go see her, but I'm not going to beg, Lord, or anything. And I went over, knocked on her door. She was a few blocks from campus. She opened it, and she was about half blind. But when she recognized it was me, she said, well, how are you? And are you going to be able to stay in school? And I said, well, I'm fine, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. And she just turned around and called Artheta, and a neighbor called Althea later. And when she stepped in the doorway, she was a senior. She said, how would you like to have a roommate? And her face just lit up in a big smile. She said, I'd love it or like it. And so Mom Henthorne said, you move over here. And so I cleaned her house for her. I washed the dishes every night and swept and mopped and vacuumed the whole house. And on Saturdays, and I earned, so for that little bit of work and carried the trash out every day or whatever, I got to earn my room. And when I came back down the second year from Alaska for the summer, she said, the Lord told me to feed you this, give you your meals too this year.
Well, that's wonderful. As I look back, we both had some financial struggles, but we made it. For me, it was grants and loans, and I worked part-time on the campus. But as I look back, and I'm over 70 years old, but as I look back throughout my life, it's been such a blessing to get a foundation in Christianity. And let me just mention a few things about Abilene Christian. I made a few notes just so people will understand. It is a private school, and they have 6,200 students. 4,000 of those are undergraduate, and about 2,000 are graduate students working on higher education. They have 164 areas of study. It's amazing, and of course, when we were there back in the 60s, they didn't have anything like that. They have students from 51 states of the United States. That includes Puerto Rico and some other places, and from 45 different countries. They're truly diversified, and even though they were segregationists for over 75 years, as most colleges and universities were, they have since then apologized for that and expanded their diversity. And they have students from all over the world, 45 different countries. The 164 areas of study include biblical studies. And I wanted to mention something to you, that every student who attends Abilene Christian is required to take some Bible courses. Now, I want to explain, these Bible courses are not taught on the basis of theology or doctrine or interpretation or religion. They're taught on the basis of this is a book. You need to study the book, write book report, and take a test. And so every student is required to take 15 hours or 15 semester credits during the 4 years. And, to get a minor in a subject, all you need is 18 credits. So I went ahead and took one more Bible course. And so I had a business major in business administration, a minor in psychology, and a minor in Bible. And those 18 semester credits have carried me through thick and thin. And as every sermon that I listen to on church or TV or other communication modes, I know those stories, and I know which book of the Bible it came from. Good. And I know the historical setting of all the sermons, and it's been a real blessing to me. And then also in my daily life, I'm not saying that I'm perfect, made mistakes and been sinful, but I know that having this biblical foundation has helped me in relationships and helped me in making decisions and helped me in so many ways. And have you had a similar experience from your Christian education?
Yes, even though I was pursued by Ed in my sophomore year, and I went one semester of my junior year, and we got married that summer, and I got pregnant,
right away.
Right away, and it was over 9 months. 9 months and 3 days to our beautiful first daughter. We have 5 children. So I had a lot of experiences. And the Lord opening the door at Mom Henthorne's, where I earned my room, the the second semester of my freshman year, and then I cleaned her house, and it paid for my room and board.
Yes, I wanted to mention that if anybody is considering where they're going to go to college, I can highly recommend Abilene Christian. There are many fine Christian colleges and universities spread throughout the world, and Abilene Christian coordinates with other universities and colleges that have a biblical base. And I just want to mention that it's not only biblical studies. And I made a quick note here. Their major areas of education include business, communication, education, health science, and they do have their own nursing school, IT and cybersecurity. They have a whole college for that. Political science, psychology and counseling, as well as Bible and theology. And so if you want a great education, and I can tell you from experience that every school district in Texas is anxious to hire school teachers from Abilene Christian University.
Yes.
Because they're not only fine people, but they're great educators. And the same thing goes for other areas of disciplines. And Abilene Christian has formed partnerships with major corporations and with governmental agencies.
Wow.
And they offer things like internships, world travel during the summer, and Christmas and spring break, and partnerships that offer the students real life experience, and they get credit for it in addition to their classroom studies. And Abilene Christian's also one of the top online colleges in the United States. They've expanded their online in the last 10 years, and they actually have another campus over in Dallas, Texas now.
Wow.
And most of that, there is some classroom teaching, but also online.
That's wonderful.
I wanted to mention in the few minutes that we have left that the mission of the Bible department at Abilene Christian, it's easier for me to just read this than to try to memorize it, so I want to be accurate. But the mission of the Department of Bible is not to convert you to Christianity. It's not to indoctrinate you into a specific church, a Church of Christ, a Baptist, a Methodist, a Presbyterian. There's plenty of places to do that, but it's not at Abilene Christian University. Their purpose, as they have written in their college catalog, is to equip all departmental majors with a broad spectrum of knowledge, skills, and experiences in preparation for further study and for engagement in ministry throughout their life. And secondarily, to provide all ACU students with biblical and spiritual resources with which they may live as committed disciples.
Wonderful.
And, I couldn't have said that any better,
Right.
and so that's why I just printed it out and copied it. And the College of Bible is a major part of the university, but they do have 164 subjects that you can study to get a well-rounded education there.
Wow.
The university offers a Bachelor's of Arts degree in Bible and Ministry. They offer a Bachelor of Arts degree in Ministry and Vocation, a Master of Divinity, and a Master of Arts in Christian Ministry. So yes, if you want the theology and you want the indoctrination and you want the interpretation of the Bible in the terms of religion, certainly they offer that at the higher levels, but the basic courses, the 15 semester hours or credits, is really just read the Bible, sections of the Bible, books of the Bible, learn the characters, learn the stories, and take a test and get a grade for it. And that's been a wonderful experience for me to be able to do that. I took some other notes. The Bachelor of Arts in Ministry, our Bible and Ministry major is ideal for students whose primary career goals are in Christian ministry, or for those seeking a rigorous program to prepare for graduate studies. This major has 4 tracks that focus on particular areas of interest. And of course, the 4 tracks include public ministry in a church, youth ministry, counseling and psychology ministry, and other forms of ministering in the name of Christ in nonprofit organizations. And the nonprofits in the United States, volunteerism, as we call it, is a major part of our society. Yes. And those people that have that willingness to share and that willingness to give of themselves, much of that is biblically based. Yes. A Bachelor of Arts degree in Ministry and Vocation. Our Ministry and Vocation major fits students who anticipate pursuing bivocational careers, employment in specialized support ministries, or working with a church-related or nonprofit organization. And it also has 4 areas of particular interest. And the minor in Bible is to enhance your education by adding a minor in biblical studies. If your major is in another department, you can easily add a minor in Bible, missions, and ministry to broaden your theological knowledge and open more doors. And it's very easy to do. They're set up to do that, and they're ready, willing, and able to help you. And I also wanted to mention that I have a master's degree from a public university, the University of Alaska to be specific, and an MBA in organizational behavior and management, and that allowed me to teach college over the years. But I wanted to note the difference. The faculty and the staff at Abilene Christian actually care about the students.
Yes, they do.
And I've attended courses in the University of Washington and the University of Alaska. And, I had one course at the University of Washington. It was an accounting class, a business accounting class, 450 students.
Oh, my goodness.
In one class. I never met the teacher. Most of the teaching was done by a graduate assistant, a graduate student who was working on a master's or a doctorate degree. And so the entire semester I would attend this large classroom that had tiers. In other words, the room went up.
Right.
And so everyone could see. I never once met the teacher, had no relationship with the teacher whatsoever. Attend the class, take notes, listen to the lecture, take a test. It was very impersonal and not very private. Whereas at Abilene Christian, the faculty and the staff members are Christian people.
Yes.
Who care about the students. They're willing to listen. They're willing to help you, and they're friendly.
Yes.
And I've counted that as a blessing over the years, and I wanted to make that, to note that difference. It's not a criticism of the non-Christian colleges or universities. I mean, every institution has its own purpose and its own goals. But if you want something special out of your college education at any level of college, I would just highly recommend a Christian college or university.
Well, I might mention that, I got married the summer after my second year of college, and then got pregnant. And so one of the professor's wives, Mr. Lewis, was the Professor Lewis, and he used to call me Miss Donna in the Amen corner. But anyway, he was a Bible teacher. His wife had a baby shower for me in their home, and that was a great blessing. But I don't think you're going to find many universities today or colleges where the wife of the professor gives a baby shower to one of the students. We had a personal relationship.
And we also were invited to some of the professors' houses,
Yes.
their personal homes,
Yes.
for a meal or for a snack or for a Bible study, and it was very personable. I also wanted to mention that the school has major research capabilities, and also has ancient documents that you can study the Bible from.
Wonderful.
The actual original documents.
Wonderful. Wow. Well, it's been just such a blessing having you be with us today and share these things. I've never had such a intellectual dissertation of different about it, and I appreciate Abilene. Of course, I went to Abilene for 2.5 years, and
I've stayed in touch with the college as an
Yes.
alumni, and you're an alumni. I donate to the college. I've been back to campus 15 or 20 times
wow.
in the last 50 years, and enjoy the relationship today as much as I did then.